I was telling stories yesterday. My first practice, freshman used to come in 3 days early because we're in summer school. I remember we had our first stretch the first night. We had a walk-on player that ran his 40 and kept running out the stadium and never came back. And now the freshman here, so you got we had 13 OTA practice opportunities where you're helping the young quarterback, receivers, linemen learn play calls. So even though today's practice 1, it's almost like your year-round training. June was a little bit more focused on the training with football, give the coaches a July break. We did a 3 days last week to flip this into being ready for football. So you're not making a lot of eval, but you're with the kids. You're trying to develop them. So used to be you just lift and run. Now you can lift and run, and you got to follow the timeline, but you can get some football stuff. We don't really. Some people push the envelope. You're not supposed to go against people. We kind of, we just do a lot of routes on air and just work on timing. And now today you start putting people with each other and playing a little bit more football.
What are these first days about, really?
Well, old school, you got 2 days here of acclimation of no pads, 2 days of shoulder pads, and then you'll get into a padded deal and you go. We're allowed now basically practice 1 time a day, and then the second we'll have an afternoon meeting or lift. Where maybe offense is watching tape, defense is getting a lift in. Coach Cook and his strength staff will go back and forth on it should be an easy lift or a hard lift based on the volume of practice, what's going on the next day. We got 25 practices, walkthroughs at night, install and walkthroughs at night. So a day would be we're practicing this morning, we'll come back this afternoon and watch it, have a lift, we'll put it to bed at dinner, we'll come back in the evening and we start tomorrow. Here's tomorrow's plays, here's tomorrow's situations. We'll practice that in the morning, we'll watch it in the afternoon, get a lift, put that one to bed, and go to the next situation, next install. What's nice is that we have 25 practices, and with the amount of days, we're going 3 days and then an off day. 3 days and then an off day, 4 days and an off day. So even though you're getting a lot of work, you get some days where the mundaneness or the groundhog day of here we go again, you get some breaks in there. And those are days that we'll get academics in, tickets, compliance, all those things. So it sets up to be a really good camp. Media day will be this Thursday, so that's on an off day. So on the day that we need to spend a lot of time with you guys, and all we're allowed on off day is just 2 hours of meeting. So it's a great preseason. We'll have 4 weeks until the first day of class. So we have a lot of time to work with these guys.
Last week you said you can, because 1 year into your program, they're stronger, you can push them more, ask more of them. What does that look like here in Austin?
Well, I just think body type wise, I again really appreciate we had a transition of strength staff. And first of all, Cody Cook that came here, played here, was on successful teams here. We recruited him to Oklahoma the first 2 years. I knew him down there as a young player, but he transitioned up here. He's done a great job. He's put together a great staff. There's a great connection here. They've been able to push the kids. We've worked hard. We've loaded the bar, like I said, put a little bit more weight on the bar. I think we're stronger. We're in shape. We're in good enough shape that last week we didn't do a lot of conditioning. We did a little bit more football conditioning. So I just think we're more, and then we got a better vibe. I think we have 54 players that walked out here a year ago that are not here now, and 56 new guys. So there's a little bit of play. I think I counted the other day, there's 16 scholarship players that are on this team the first day I was hired. And sometimes they graduated. We had 41 seniors last year, so some guys have graduated their careers. They've moved on. A couple guys getting an opportunity in the NFL. Some guys went other things. Some guys went to some other schools. Some guys didn't want to be here. It just kind of worked out. So, but with that being said, there's a good vibe of what we brought in. I think we brought in guys that were attracted to us. When you come in, sometimes, you want them to do well, but did you recruit that guy? Or that kid's like, you're not my coach. Okay, now it's, these are a little bit more of our guys, and we're on point, on page. It's going good.
Guys seem fired up, obviously, walking out. Think it's a good vibe from them?
Oh, yeah, it'd be interesting in 2 weeks what that vibe is, when you get in that hump party camp. So, but yeah, there's again, last week we were out here the last day and they're practicing. There's a lot of energy, and I called them and said, why is everybody like laughing, talking? And they said, we're having fun. I said, yeah, we're gonna have fun working hard. Don't be a class clown, don't be a jokester, but to be really good, you got to enjoy the process. And this is a little bit of everybody likes to use the word grind. I get a little leery of grinding because I know back in the day when my dad would get on that wet rock and start grinding that, and you can wear it out if you grind too much. So we got to work hard. We got to grind, but you got to have some balance. And that means you got to have fun doing this. You got to embrace. I think Coach, I always said you got to have fun working hard. I think Coach Swinney says you got to embrace the suck. But when you enjoy what you guys do, like here you are out here first thing in the morning, where typically I know you guys are probably sleeping, getting a massage, showing up about 2:30 right down there, right? But now, but because you love what you're doing, it's a good story. Here we are first thing in the morning, and so we appreciate you. As with our guys, if you love what you're doing, you've worked hard this summer. Now you got a chance for transitioning to football. Let's enjoy this process and get after it. And I think it just gives you a chance. We don't want to be jokesters. But I want our coaches to push these kids but have fun. I want the players to embrace the fun part of working hard.
Is it pretty equal reps for the quarterbacks?
Try to, but if you try to be equal or fair, you screw it up. You try to be fair, but, I mean, I've done this before where, I've been in situations like so-and-so's looking great, and after today's scrimmage, we're going to name him the starter, and then he went out and laid an egg. And I'm talking a Heisman Trophy winner. I saw him do that one time, and he's ready to be the starter, and all of a sudden he didn't have a good day. Because you got to put it in front of the team the right way. So I just walked in and talked to him. The guy that takes care of the ball, the guy that shows he's going to consistently give his group the best chance to score and get us in the end zone. And then the guy that has got a little bit of leadership presence, command presence, that is loud and plays the game with confidence. So we'll go here. We don't have a timeline, not waiting until game week. Maybe we'll know here in 3 days, maybe 3 weeks. These guys have all worked hard, and we got a young freshman that's pretty good. We got 4 older guys that are in the mix ready to roll.
How exciting is it to begin preseason drills, knowing you're getting closer to the season opener?
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys aren't thinking about that just yet. I think they're just ready for we've been lifting hard, been running hard. I think they're ready to play some football. So, I mean, the season opener's coming. We start out with what I think is a very solid non-conference slate. Immediately around here, everybody sees non-conference. They see Oklahoma State coming in here that has a talented, really good team. It's going to be a ranked team. But what I see is, I see some travel, tough road games early with the young football team that we need to play well to have a good season. So, to me, we'll talk about the openers when Northwest State comes in and what they're about. We'll talk about the games coming, but right now it's practice one, day one. We're ready to start getting after each other, have some fun playing.